And folks, if you decide to support the Pacific Justice Institute on either a one-time or a monthly basis, we have a special gift of appreciation for you. It's a book by Brian Kilmeade. It's a hardbound copy, and it's entitled Thomas Jefferson and the Tripoli Pirates. It's really interesting. It's very entertaining. It's very insightful on how America dealt with terrorism back when we were a brand new country. And how we can apply that today, I think, is very, very helpful. So that's our gift to you if you decide to support the Pacific Justice Institute on either a one-time or a monthly basis. Just simply go to our website, pacificjustice.org, or even better yet, it's pji.org, P for Pacific, J for Justice, I for Institute, pji.org. There you can also sign up to receive our regular weekly email newsletter called our Legal Insider. It's really insightful, very helpful. You'll definitely want to get that if you're not getting it now. And if you need help, you can also request assistance there. But in addition, we're also looking for volunteers. Many of you out there are thinking, well, it'd be nice to do something. Maybe you're retired. Well, we at Pacific Justice Institute, we have 5 offices in California. One in the Bay Area. We have another one in Sacramento. We have 3 in Southern California. And if you'd like to get involved, maybe just once a week or more for a period of time, contact our office or go through our website and request it to get involved. We'd love to work with you, and it'd be a big blessing to us. And I think it'd also be a big blessing to you so that you're not just sitting on the sidelines, but you're actually a part of what we're doing in a very significant material way. Now, we have with us on the line one of our attorneys, Matt McReynolds, to talk about Christmas controversies that we're dealing with. And there's more than one. Matt, thank you for being on the program.
Thanks, Brad.
Now, Matt, I understand that there's a group or there's an entity that's trying to change the lyrics of a classic Christmas carol in the Monterey area. Tell us about this.
Well, Brad, we get questions about Christmas every year here at Pacific Justice Institute, but this was a new one to me. And just very, very recently, we had a parent contact us whose children are enrolled in school down along the central coast of California.
A public school, I assume.
A public school.
Okay.
And so these children had come home, and they were getting ready to practice songs for an upcoming holiday concert. And the parents realized that the music teacher had actually taken it upon himself to rewrite the lyrics for "O Come All Ye Faithful" because he thought that particular Christmas carol, and a lot of other Christmas carols for that matter, couldn't actually be sung as they were in a public school.
So, how do you revise the lyrics? What do you do?
This is the amazing thing, Brad. The parents asked for a copy of the lyrics, and he wouldn't actually give it to them.
Oh.
And so this became a real controversy, and we began to advise these parents as they talked with the teacher and then the principal, and then ultimately the superintendent got involved. And so we've sent a letter to that district just laying out for them, the misconceptions about the Christmas season, even in public schools, and the fact that you don't have to rewrite popular hundreds-year-old Christmas carols in order to sing them in school.
Yeah.
And so what they did at that point, the superintendent, when he got involved, nixed that and decided that they would not go forward with the rewrite of "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Okay, good. So they got it straightened out, and yet I think we're going to see this more and more. Even though there's solid case law in this, that says that you can't, force a school district to remove all music, all literature, simply because it's reflective of our religious heritage as a nation, or religious holidays that are respected by our nation. In fact, Christmas is a national holiday. So people who say you can't say the word Christmas, you have to say Happy Holiday. It's like saying you can't say the word of a national holiday, which Christmas is. And let me ask you, Matt, do you think we're going to see more of this kind of stuff taking place in public schools in California and across the country?
No question about it, Brad. And this, what we've seen this year, is a twist on what we've seen in past years. There's becoming this entrenched mindset that somehow we can't talk about Christmas. We celebrate it. We have the day off. We have the most important shopping season of the year. It's all about Christmas, but somehow people are getting it in their minds from atheist and secularist groups and other places that they have to censor themselves and censor other people, and it's just not true, and it's something we're battling against.
Yeah, even the word holiday, it's actually derived from holy day. So even the word holiday has religious origins to it. Matt, I think it's terrible to see these things happen. I'm glad we and our staff at Pacific Justice Institute moved on this, and I just want to thank people out there. I mean, your support for Pacific Justice Institute is what allows us to quickly move on these things on behalf of our children and in public schools across the country. We don't want them stigmatized to think for one moment that there's something inappropriate, indecent about faith, and particularly about the Christian faith, as it's reflected in our literature and our music. Now, real quick, there's also another one that we're dealing with, a Christmas controversy in the town of Bakersfield. I understand they had a little bit of a difficulty, the city, respecting having a Christmas tree and a nativity scene. Tell us more.
That's right, Brad. One of our friends down there in the city of Bakersfield came to us to let us know they were going to be pushing to reinstitute a Christmas tree lighting in the city of Bakersfield at a prominent location there in the city, and wanted to also have a live nativity scene along with that. And just hearing those words, Christmas tree and nativity scene, caused some people within the city administration to be really nervous about that. And so they reached out to us to make sure they had the best, strongest legal advice on that.
Right, and we gave them that legal advice and the cases, and that did the trick, I understand.
It absolutely did, Brad. It gave them the confidence to move forward with that with facts and not in fear.
Right.
And so they were able to go ahead and have their Christmas tree lighting with all the bells and whistles. We gave them very specific input on what they could do to make sure they were protected, and so they were very, very appreciative of that.
Now, Matt, I want people to understand that there is clear Supreme Court case law dealing specifically with this issue. What's the general rule? I understand it's the reindeer on a manger rule. Explain to the people what this is so in their community they can be confident when they want to put up a nativity scene and a Christmas tree.
Well, sure, Brad. There are really two important Supreme Court cases from the 1980s that give guideposts on this, and one involved a standalone nativity scene in a courthouse in Pittsburgh, and that was a situation where the Supreme Court said the nativity scene, and particularly a sign over it, Gloria and Excelsis Deo, glory to God in the highest, needed to have other types of secular symbols around it to make it constitutional.
Like a reindeer or Christmas tree? Right.
Absolutely. And,
okay.
And that's what the other case was, Brad. There was another case in the 1980s the Supreme Court had with a city display in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, that did involve a number of things: nativity scene, Christmas tree, menorah, Santa Claus, toy soldiers, a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court said was perfectly constitutional.
Right. And so the bottom line is, no matter where you are in the country, if you can have a nativity scene for Christmas, you can or a Christmas tree, so long as you have non-religious symbols like a Christmas tree or Santa Claus or a reindeer or whatever. As long as you have a mixture, it doesn't give the impression of an endorsement of religion. That's what the court held. I'd make it a little cleaner and say it's okay just to have a nativity scene, but that's the case law. So there's a way around these kinds of criticisms. It's constitutionally protected. And folks, if you have any difficulties like this in your community, anywhere in the country, contact the Pacific Justice Institute. Just go to our website, pji.org, pji.org. And once again, I want to thank those of you out there who support our work. We are a nonprofit 501c3 legal ministry, so your donation is tax deductible. Thank you again, Matt, for the hard work you're doing. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Brad.
Okay. So, folks, there you have it. It's our God-given freedoms we're talking about. Now, let's choose to keep them. I'm Brad Dacus of the Pacific Justice Institute. Have a great weekend.